are back. Heart, the City Beneath, episode 3. The campaign where we are playing through Dagger in the Heart. We're in chapter 1, Trainkill. And we've learnt a little bit about this train that potentially nearly killed you. As Josh called, the exposition loot. AKA the letters from Brightness Sears the Eye. But I believe where we left off, you had left finally the Last Order's pub, and you made your way to Tooth Alley. Bit of rest and recuperation.
Oh yeah,
in a lovely haunt.
I forgot. Sounds so nice. Yeah. Well, good to be back.
Holiday destination.
Come for all our lovely teeth. So yeah, I believe everyone sort of recuperated the haunts that were possible. I think there was only a mind and a blood possible. You did chill out in Alex's sort of hidden dimension thing for a bit. For some echo healing, I want to say.
And of course, Soshar was a willing participant in the Moon Maiden's ministrations.
Begrudgingly.
One has to choose to take part.
But we can add adjectives to it.
We may not, brother.
Adverbs even. Adverbs in this one.
The Moon Maiden does not question your grammar.
Yeah, it's like Catholicism. It only counts if you turn up every Sunday. Put the work in. You can't go wrong. So is there anything that you guys want to do whilst you're in this landmark? It's the first time you've been back to a landmark, so I don't know if you want to say you have some pre-existing relationships with people, maybe some shopkeepers or whatever it is, or we can or actually even what do you want to do? Because you've had these exposition letters, which you've obviously all remembered the details of. You've had this train come through, nearly wipe you out.
Of course, for the viewers, perhaps it would be good to have a reminder of what the letter said.
I'll just put it in post, so I don't have to re-explain to you guys who already did.
Oh, perfect. Yes, good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Thing is, because I know what it said, which were the important bits, and I don't want to repeat those off the top of my head. But they are in the handouts if you want to look at them again. But it was essentially a couple of letters that Brightness Sears the Eye sent to the Gwynardassi, harrying them to speed up their work on the delving machine.
Indeed.
And on this guy who came out of nowhere and tried to kill you or kill Goshan, he had this talisman of the Gwynardassi.
Yes,
who are from they're from like a couple of centuries ago, but they are now an established academy in the city above.
Two things. One, we don't really know how shopping works. I know shopping can be a downfall for this party. Spend half a session shopping, but it might be good just to dip a little toe in it, because it's quite an abstract system again, isn't it? Where it's not just sort of a list of equipment. It's sort of you've got resources and you've got your supplies, and you can sort of acquire stuff. That's how I understood it, which you may grasp is not fully, but that's it's a bit different in it. But
all that matters, how much is a large tent? That's all that matters.
Yeah, tent large.
Aside from shopping, I think Kael would, I think at any gathering point, look to seek out fellow heretics of his order or of you know, well, I suppose of any order actually, because if he finds amicable subsects, then that would be nice. And if he finds that actually there's some horrible, more evil, distasteful, doesn't want to light the way order, then he'd like to know that too. So I don't really know what the sort of arrangement in the heart would be for congregating, but I imagine there would be signs, your classic little sigil down on a tooth, I guess, pointing in direction, or something like that. So there'd be the two things on Kael's agenda.
So how would he feel about the presence of the church, or like people who represent them?
I don't really know. Is the short answer, because don't really know exactly what that church really stands for.
So the Church of the Moon Beneath is, they believe in the Drow religion. They believe in the goddess who.
Yeah, this is the sort of umbrella.
Yeah. So the goddess is supposed to be within the heart, and she is supposed to protect the Drow and eventually help them. Well, maybe help them find a place to be at peace and not be persecuted. But most landmarks will have at least some shrine or presence. Especially
so
this.
I think Kael would probably have kind of conflicting feelings about the church, because it's obviously kind of, to him, a welcoming place where his background is, but he's also sent to the heart as a penitent and given the name Kael Emberlost as a mark of his failure. So I think, it's a bit of a, should he go to the church, it is sort of as an outsider, in a sense. Like, I think it's not like, it's not like excommunication. It's just like,
yeah.
But I imagine there would be some kind of, I don't know if he would, he's got a big, idiot loser cross on his face that says this guy fucked up, that's why he's here. But also, like, from what I understand of the light bearers, certainly, is that like truth is incredibly important and shedding light on the darkness. And he's got this one of his abilities that I kind of felt like it fit his character is called Liar's Burden. And it's about his ability to discern the truth. So, if he was to go to a place that, he wouldn't be hiding what he is. So, yeah, so he might not be super welcome or like, at least like respected. I don't know. It would be complicated is the answer.
Yeah, because I know that from the description, it sort of describes them as having lots of scriptures attached to them and stuff, which kind of reminded me of like the Sisters Repentia.
Yes.
But you're not so much like just thrown into the meat grinder to die for the cause. It's more of a, well, you got to do this thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you just keep going. Your goal isn't to get yourself killed, but you are to keep going until you have
you're almost
lit the entire way or died.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what is that? The ghost of a memory of like an organization where, oh no, it's Warhammer again. Never mind. It's the Night Lords when they when Uzaz gets they put like a red arm on him or something, or a red hand on him, red hands on his gauntlets to show that he's killed one of his own or something, and he has to fight to earn to be able to take them off.
Yeah, it's like a censure, not like a discarding kind of thing.
Nice. Well, I say that because going around Tooth Alley, you start to hear some raised voices, and you come upon this scene, and you hear the voice of a woman, and you see this crowd around where the voice is coming from, and she's saying, "But they are an omen. The goddess sends us this sign to tell us something bad is going to come. We must prepare." And then you hear this other voice saying, "She speaks of the goddess as if she has any power to protect anyone here. There is only one who can protect us." And you see these two people in this crowd. The woman clearly dressed in the priestess's garb of the Church of the Moon Beneath, and the other person, a man, a human, dressed in ragged cloaks.
Yeah. Hello.
I guess, yeah, move that way.
Well, I think this would be a curious situation to that you might want to approach and see what the
Josh might call it an exposition scene. Yeah, and this guy is I think the woman goes to respond, and then he just interrupts her, and he's saying, "The priestess says that this is a bad omen. I say that this is evidence that the goddess and all gods are powerless. And you must all put your faith in the one who can actually save you."
Me.
And everyone turns to look at Soshar. And then the guy, someone in the audience is like, who's that then? And then the guy does a big gesture and he says, "Why, the one who waits. The one who waits in ashes." And the
Quite
priestess...
distressing. I just missed all of that because of a USB issue.
Oh, let down by your ports.
Sorry.
It's all right. He just said they should put their faith in the... Oh, now you're zoomed in.
Yeah, for some reason.
He says you should put all your faith in the one who waits in ashes.
Ooh.
And the priestess gets a bit angry. You can see her, and she's saying, "This cult does not know anything about our people and our struggles. We must put our faith in the goddess, not in this cult." And they go back.
I think Kael would probably be keen to join this theological discussion, especially if it would root out an opportunity to, or like not necessarily he's not seeking conflict, but if he were to find problematic elements to the church, then he would want to know about them and see what he could do.
Mm.
Seeing Kael's eagerness, Soshar will absolutely let out an exasperated sigh. Here we go again.
Brother, perhaps such a theological discussion of the Church of the Moon Beneath might stimulate your faith but a little.
I'm not the one you ought to be convincing here. Deal with the rabble, not me.
Brother, I fear this is not something so easily dealt with, but I look forward to meeting fellow believers and discussing our values.
Just get it over with.
Very well. And he'll approach the arguing fellows, and say, "Brethren, I am terribly sorry to interrupt this discussion that you are having, but I'm keen to learn of what is happening down here in the heart. I'm here earnestly and openly on a penitent mission. And I come to you offering my aid or understanding in service of the lady. What seems to be the matter?
What are you doing, Ambrosia? Are you standing by?
Well, Ambrosia's still being automaton by bees. So nothing that's occurring is... it says a few hours.
I think time's passed because you've gone and healed and stuff. And because I think you started when you were still at the pub, right?
It does say once per session, I suppose, actually. It does make sense to think. Yeah, no, not really. Nothing's really kind of jumping out as being of value or of necessity to Ambrosia.
Okay, just check. I'm assuming she's doesn't really give a shit about what's happening.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, just
But we could get to what she's up to once this interesting scenario has resolved itself.
Yeah, so I think Kael, the priestess, spots you and sees your sort of heretic garb and your big censer thing. I'm trying to think how she would respond to seeing a heretic. I mean, you're obviously of the same organization, but maybe.
Well, the organization, like the church, is heretical. As I understood it, like the whole Church of the Moon Beneath is a heretical, basically a secret cult in itself.
Oh, I see.
At least that's what I thought. But I wish to verify that before setting us down a very clear path with my confidence.
I mean, it's heretical in the sense that the Aelvir, the people above, persecuted them and chased them down. I think I get confused because you're a penitent and a heretic. So you're a penitent of...
The Church of the Moon were driven out of the city above 200 years ago. Their faith had been outlawed. Their temples burned, their idols smashed. So, it's all heretical, but I suppose heresy is a matter of perspective.
Exactly, yeah. You're not a heretic down here. So,
Exactly.
So, yeah, maybe then she's happy to have some sort of ally. And she says, now here is one whose faith has not been corroded by easy promises. Here is one who ventures into the heart and walks the roads, protecting those who keep the faith. Isn't that right, brother?
Indeed. We burn so that others may walk in the light. I suppose the question to be asking all of ourselves is, what do we burn towards? If we burn towards the same goal, perhaps this discussion is truly between three allies. What say you, brother?
I'd like to think Kael feels the eyes of Soshar rolling those powerful stairs, even not turn around. You know they're rolling.
I think the other guy is clearly irritated with your interruption because he felt like he was winning the argument, winning the point.
Man, all right.
You stupid girl. Yeah, so he says, I think he just, you see his wide like grin under his cloak, and he sort of steps back. What does he say? I think he's probably he's you can see he's decided that he's going to bow out for now. And he says, "Well, of course, brother. We all wish to serve those in need in the heart and unite against the city above. But I would leave the residents of Tooth Alley with this singular thought, and that is, who will strike the blow against the city above and let us bask in the sunlight once again? Will it be the goddess, who has insofar never helped any of us? Or do we put our faith in the one who is already helping us? Do we beseech the heart to grant him the power to bring us our salvation? I shall leave you with this.
Thank you, brother. Most illuminating.
Soshar will look around. Who is he talking about?
And then he shoots bees out of his hands.
Bees? Come there.
It's your bee brother.
Kael clicks his fingers and a torrent of bees streams past.
Ah,
Oh shit. It's orange bees versus yellow bees. Oh, this guy's got fucking hornets.
show off.
It's like some kind of beetle royale.
Oh. Oh.
Soshar's giving up on his mission. He's not protecting Kael anymore.
Let the bees take him. Yeah, so the crowd starts to disperse, and you can hear the mutterings being like, well, I think he's got a bit of a point there, actually. What's the goddess ever done for us? I'm covered in
Apart from build
covered
the
in teeth.
roads.
Yeah.
Apart from aqueducts, medicine.
And the wine. All right, and I think the as the crowd disperses, the priestess goes to thank you and says, "Oh, it's not very common that the cult of the Hungry Deep venture this far up. Usually they are found in the population centers further down, but it's most distressing that they are now coming even further. They're getting bolder."
Their darkness is most certainly a cause for concern. I pray to the goddess that I have an opportunity to meet more of them on the way, as I may learn the true extent of their shadows. And expunge them if need be.
There it is. I was waiting for that part.
The expunge. She says, "Well, good luck in your quest, brother." And then I'm assuming there's something that marks you out as a penitent, maybe.
I would think so.
But I think whatever it is, she sort of alights on it and says, "I hope that you achieve your penitence. May the goddess gift it to you before ever long."
Light be with you, sister. I hope for the same.
All right, end scene.
And see!
End vignette.
I get
Vignette
the
dot
feeling we're
Tooth
going to
Alley.
be fighting them at some point then.
I sure hope so.
Stop
Should I probably-
stop saying the subtext out loud, Josh.
Or we're going to convert Kael to the cult of the Hungry Deep. He's still going to be
Yes,
a
or
heretic,
perhaps-
but no longer a penitent.
Perhaps. Well, it could really go either way, Maybe Kael becomes a heretic of heretics, but maybe he converts some of the Hungry Deepers. Who knows?
It's true. It's true.
Sounds overly optimistic.
Yes, well, I'll do my best.
Nice. Right. Ambrosia, what are you up to then? You were alluding to something.
Well, no, it's hard to see, but I think focused on the exposition we received last week. I think that's sprung out to mention. We see that there's a lot of talk about the Aelvirs, and obviously something sears the eyes in Aelvir as well, which is obviously the past race of Ambrosia, who was quite highly respected in the Aelfir culture at some point. So certainly trying to investigate deeper into that without much idea how, but that's what's grabbed her attention. And so I guess it's investigating the local area for any leads on the Gwynodassi. I don't. You mentioned that we kind of know about them. Is that more than just we know when they were formed, or are they kind of really common? Are they like Catholicism, or are they just more niche?
I think you would know. I think if you were sort of part of the city above, like you were, and the infrastructure, you would know them. They're like an organization,
right? So would I know if they had representatives, members out in the heart, or is that something they never delve into?
I did say they would be looking for heart currents.
Heart currents.
Yeah, so I must suggest that you redouble your efforts in identifying the heart currents needed for the matter of hand. Blah blah blah. A challenge to be bequeathed to your children.
Current as in fruit, or current as in like sea?
Heart dash current. So I'm assuming the sea, but it being the heart, like how they appear, I feel like it could appear like the edible one in some bullshit crazy heart way. I don't really get that the heart can do what the heart wants.
And before people descend into the heart, how much they know about it? Because obviously, again, the thing with the heart is it's pretty much amorphous and kind of undefinable anyway. But as we head into it, we still don't know fuck all. We're learning everything as we go. We kind of know roughly the gist. Because I'm thinking how much actually heart knowledge could be worth investigating into.
I think everybody knows that when the Vermisia network was built, which is basically the public transport system they tried to make, which you still travel by because the tunnels still exist, and they tried to power it using the hearts. They tried to tap into it, and that's when all of the energy came out of the heart and went all the way through all these tunnels that have been made. And so they cancelled the whole project. But this is basically why there are all these tunnels and landmarks, is because people have gone down and started living in those tunnels. But the heart's sort of energy is leaking into it, which is why things like, teeth grow on things for no reason. Like that's the heart
just
energy.
Fucked up energy, just like, yeah.
Yeah. But you all are delvers who ultimately want to reach the heart because you believe for one reason or another it's going to be your salvation. Unless you're, well, actually no, because if you're forced or penitent, maybe not, but...
I mean, that's her ambition, is to get to the heart. So it's again, whether it's how much the side fluff springs to mind. But I think but certainly if there is a connection to their group and a way forward, especially connections to the Aelvir as well, I think she wants to learn more about these heart currents then, yes. So
it was either that we find where the delving machine that came steamrolling through us.
That's true. Yeah, we followed the train shaped hole that kind of let us hit, didn't it? Was there any more like wreckage and debris of the machine, or is it kind of pretty much that trail gone cold?
So you didn't follow the trail to here. You knew where this was already. But
Sure. Okay.
I believe I described the delving machine kind of went through the earth, and then almost kind of blinked out of existence again as soon as it come in.
I guess then the follow-up is: has there been any rumors or anyone talking around about some carnage caused by a train blinking into existence?
Well, that's something to find out, isn't it?
That will be.
I think. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll kind of float down the high street looking for. I use the high street very loosely. You know what I mean? Main path of Tooth Valley.
Yeah.
The cavities and search all the cavities and the molars for anything. They're like a local library shaped like a giant tooth. Something to further knowledge about, or like an adventurers guild or some kind of like gathering spot to find out more about the the heart currents and what's kind of going on there.
Do you walk along the street then, like 3?
I float mainly
2
on a
3.
No, floating mainly on a sea of bees.
4. Naughty. Eat less sugar.
Yeah, I look for some floss.
Yeah. It's like the street cleaners. They just had this massive box of floss. They just floss in the.
And she's desperate to kind of like really sway someone to her side. So yeah, she's looking for kind of like, I guess she wants to find someone in great power and knowledge who wouldn't ordinarily talk to a common person, but she feels confident she can get the information she needs out of them. So any kind of local knowledgeable leader or high elder, anyone at all? She's kind of sensing out, looking around, maybe asking a few people very casually, just who runs this town. Yeah. Now, like anything.
Let's say there's let's say there's some sort of like Delver's Guild / tavern / merchant shop deal.
Nice. Well, she buzzes into that little cavity of sin and eyes out the joint.
You know what? It probably is Dr. Varikin's preemptive dentistry. It's probably like a
right.
Does everything shop. Yeah.
Love that. She kind of sets her bees out to kind of buzz around and start kind of, listening in and listening and kind of getting a lay of the land if anyone here seems particularly, important or knowledgeable. People are gathering around them perhaps for information, or they're holding court or leading.
Yeah, I think it's fairly. What's that supposed to be? It's Ambrosia's face or the bees?
The bees. It's the bees. It's the bees.
You're listening with
many bees.
20 dozen ears.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. So let's just say it's canon that you can listen to an entire room at once.
Well, she has abilities to do that. So I'm not really. It's not actually doing that, but it's the bees are there. There is actually ability that means she can do that, but this is more just for. It's more for what's the word? Flavor. Really, rather than saying she walks up to her and taps on the shoulder and says, "Oi, do you know shit?" That's spice up bit,
All right, you hear the word train being spoken.
Ooh. Bye.
So you hone in on that one bee.
Yes, that bee who's buzzing away.
Who sat on some teeth-covered flowers innocently. And you hear like some muttered conversation. You see some people in their tankards, their teeth tankards.
Ugh.
And
like a hollowed out tooth, and it's just awful. I love it.
And you hear one of them saying, "Well, of course, they say, don't they, the cursed trains run eternally on the lower lines." Not surprised the heart jumps one out every now and again, spits it out, smashes down a pub or two. Some say you can see the passengers on those trains staring back at you, desperate to disembark.
Amazing. She kind of sidles into the conversation, snagging a frothy tooth beverage for herself to fit in with the group. And
the bees would love that. Nice sweet.
Oh yeah,
sweet,
exactly.
Sweet nectar.
Sweet ambrosia. And she joins the conversation with a gentleman. I'm sorry she's not me as gruff because these two are really gruff, so I need to try and make it a bit more kind of light and buzzy. Otherwise, it's going to be just all growling at each other for 6 months.
You've got to be the midpoint between them and
yes, that's what I'm going to go for. Some kind of that thing. So it's more like I couldn't help overhearing your conversation around the recent activities with the train that caused so much havoc for those nearby. I would like to know more about this. If are you a frequent train experiencer? Is this a common occurrence for you? Are there other times this has happened? What more can you tell me? It would please me greatly to hear more.
So is your fallout still ongoing?
Yes. I didn't know whether to bring it up, whether it was annoying to bring it up or useful to bring it up, but yes. Yes.
The screaming bees.
They're pretty unhappy with this screaming bee lady turning up and talking to them.
I love this idea that the bees are just screaming and you're just talking to them.
What?
There's nothing else going on.
What did you say?
Don't listen to them. They're just excited to meet you.
I think it works to intimidate, so...
Oh, nice.
If you want to lean into that, because I think they're sort of like very taken aback by all these screaming bees.
I bet.
And it's like, and you're an Aelvir as well.
Yes.
So they were like, we weren't talking about nothing honest. We're just talking about the rumors, like of the cursed trains and the.
But this is nothing. That's exactly what I want to know about. I am on an important mission, deemed on high to find out the secrets of the heart. Tell me everything you know about these trains and where they come from. Perhaps I can help stop them from happening and save the local taverns. You seem like tavern dwellers and would like this fine establishment to not be demolished by another runaway train.
Do you want to roll me something?
Yeah.
First roll.
So obviously I would roll probably compel. Probably.
Mm.
I don't think I have anything in. No. They don't seem particularly odd. I mean, I have different ability I can use to get around them. They seem pretty loose-lipped. Compel. So, what domain are we currently in? We're in like a random one. We're in a bit of an odd one, like wild or something, weren't we?
Haven?
Haven Desolate,
Haven.
I think.
That's it. Got none of that shit. So just a one. 1d6.
Just the one, please.
Just the one, and maybe I do need to use my. Well, if it doesn't work, I've got another ace up my sleeve. Here we go. But failures. I forgot you could fail things. Maybe I should just use my thing. Fine. What happens? My head explodes. The train crashes through the.
You want to know about trains, do ya? Thinks the heart.
There's someone who really wants to know about trains right now. I better send one to them straight away.
Yeah, exactly. God, What damage is it? What's this for?
I also
Just
because the beats are like negative or positive. I love the idea that the heart just can't. It knows you care about it, but it doesn't know it's positive or negative in your brain. It's just like,
good point.
Major mind fallout. Here you go.
What resistance is that against?
That's 1 stress. And there is one for more social situations in there.
Oh yeah. We had the list,
Let
didn't
me
you?
go to my notes that I wrote this week.
Be mind? That's mine, right?
Could it be mind? I don't know why.
Well, no, but I mean, I don't know what else it would be.
Well, the
Mind or fortune?
do you want to maybe bribe them with some supplies? That can be the stress.
Oh, I don't. Oh, well, no. I mean, if this doesn't work, I've got an ability where I can get them to kind of entrance them. So I'm not. I don't need to get more out of them. Anything else? But I guess.
Let's say fortune then, because fortune's like the social thing.
Right. Okay. So it's more like just feeling a bit like, oh, I was a bit shit at that. A bit lack of confidence. That's fine. I've taken 1 fortune, and what's my fallout?
I can't roll it, can I? Because I'd have to roll. Oh no, it's equal, so I have to roll a 1.
Yeah, which you never would.
I won't do. No.
Lovely. Cool. Well, a bit undissuaded, she continues to talk to them, but as she talks to the more knowledgeable one, glands pucker and blossom on her wrists and neck as an alluring, irresistible, almost soporific pheromone is released. That's wait, I do have the compel skill. Didn't see that. Should roll 2d6. 1 second. Holy shit.
You got it from that ability, did you?
Yep. I always forget. I didn't read it through. Right. We could retcon everything.
Hey, you still got the stress. That
right.
still stands.
Stress is fine. And the wasn't for anyway, so that's fine. Cool. But it was a success.
Yeah, now you keep your pheromones to yourself.
Well, I guess the theory would be they're always kind of lightly in play, but hey, she hasn't deployed the full whamma jammer, as it were.
What does the Whamma Jammer give you? An extra d6?
No, it just says once per session, when you talk to someone for 5 minutes or more, you convince them to revert to their basest impulses. They become driven solely by lust, hunger, or a need for shelter, whichever they desire most right now. So it might not be helpful. It's a bit of a wild card, but it sounds really fun.
Their base nature of explaining some long forgotten lore to a stranger in a tavern.
They really want to be an exposition guy.
Yeah.
But it seems like either way to me, it implies like, right, well, if they get kind of put into this very vulnerable state, they're still easier to exploit and kind of maybe there's something in there. But anyway, so I'm not doing that. But
maybe you should get the head guy from God of War, the Scottish.
Yes, that'd be cool. Mimir.
Tell me about
Mimir.
that.
That's just Desmond from Lost.
It is.
Cool. Success anyway, so.
Yep. All right, let's see what he tells you.
Spill your beans.
I think his friends disappear in fear of the bees, the screaming bees, but he's entranced to stay.
Soporific is a great word as well to have an ability.
Soporific. So he says, well, I don't know exactly what you don't know as a high Aelvir lady, of course. You must know a lot more than us down here. But down here, us folks say that their Vermissian project was reliant on some sorcerers, some human sorcerers, and folks say that they were entombed long ago for their crimes and involvement in releasing the foul energies and ruining the project. So the kindly Aelvir folk such as yourself left them there as punishment, and some say that their spirits visit us. What was it called? No, I think it folk call it the Eastern Express.
Fascinating. And you mentioned that these passengers on the train, are they believed to be the spirits of these these individuals who failed so drastically, or are they more people actually boarding this aberration?
Oh no, us good dwelling folk. We know that they were responsible for the incident. We know that Aelvir had no choice but to leave them as a warning to others to do better.
Rightly so. They were failures and should pay for their complete ineptitude. A worthy punishment. The Eastern Express, you say, is there some kind of rail card or ticket office we could attend to sign up for some kind of oyster deal that could get us discounts on under 15s or under 25s?
Some sort of walking tour.
But no, for realsies. The Eastern Express, you speak of it. Is it a real, is something that exists, or is it a myth? Have you seen it, or know of anyone who has seen it, or know how to board its ghoulish presence?
He looks around like quite terrified, as if talking about this is even taboo. It's not something that you talk openly about. He says, "Oh no, it is a tomb that has been sealed away. I've no idea how to get there. They say it's still down there. That's why they haunt us. But sometimes we hear the train, and we hear the screams."
Delicious. You've been most helpful. Go buzz off and be a good little fellow.
Before I give you a beard of bees.
That's it.
He doffs his cap and scurries away.
She doth quaff on her tooth of nectar.
Doth quaff.
Doth quaff.
And the bees finally simmer down now. They finally stop screaming.
Oh my god.
Even though they were permeating the whole place screaming. Or he emptied the place.
Exactly, the bar is empty. She looks around and goes, delicious. She's very happy with it. She's very happy with the quiet and the solitude.
No doubt. Yeah. Nice. Well, there is oh, you know what? I should say before he scurries away, when you ask him about how to get there, he does mention that there is a landmark called Coinpit, which may have more people who might know. It's more of a information trading place. It's another tier down.
Just taking everything literally now. I assume it's like some just kind of big, like I can imagine just a big coin, and like the middle is collapsed. In the middle of Queen Elizabeth's face is just like melted into it, and you have a nostril to get into a pub or something. I don't know. Grim.
I think you should write for this game.
Maybe I shall.
It's like when I said in Dragonbane in that cave there was a spring, and you were like, "What, like a metal spring? What an odd thing to have in a cave."
It threw me off so much.
And how exactly are you going to drink from it, you idiot?
Like, amazing. We could leap on it and it'll fling us up through the cavern, and we can get to an inaccessible place.
Like Crash Bandicoot.
It was just water. Lovely. Well, if the group do regroup after their philosophical undertakings, Ambrosia happily divulges the information and points to a new point of interest they could potentially march towards to find more about. Trains obviously her I guess in the day her main ambition is to delve further, and following leads like this that have quite deep connections to how the heart is operating and major things that are happening are very interesting to her to kind of keep on exploring to uncover more truths. So Yeah, she's quite eager to follow the lead.
Sounds reasonable to Soshar.
Would you say it's delving time?
It's not quite a delve because there's still there are established connections to on the way to Coinpit.
We've got to finish the. I can't remember. What's it called in plays before you do things, the exploring thing, looking for trouble,
Downtime?
not looking for trouble. No, when you start looking for evidence and stuff,
Gathering information.
gathering information. Yes, we've got to do far more of that.
I'm so glad you remembered.
Yep, see it in my brain.
It's traumatized. What is it made? What do you mean I just do stuff?
There's always this tightrope of like, do it, don't do it too much, but do it enough, but do it quickly, but also make sure it's done well. Or you won't know anything. But also, don't take your time and hurry up. But also, please, please get it right.
Yeah. I feel like if you were an annoying player, you'd be like, so we can just gather information for like 3 weeks, right? There's no time limit?
Yes.
That's fine.
I trekked to Nepal.
All right. Well, you leave Tooth Alley.
Well, good.
Yeah. And
Ambrosia's kept her tooth mug as a souvenir.
Nice.
You go down Throat Street.
It's basically
Past
the whole
Console
body.
Town.
Must we?
Over to Nipple Village.
The nips.
So you leave Coin Alley. Oh, for God's sake, Tooth Alley.
Yeah.
The other way from whence you came. And you start to travel down this tunnel. Perhaps it is part of a mission, so it's fairly well kept, not very corrupted, still got its metal train tracks and tunnel walls. The tunnel kind of opens out into this larger space, and you almost start to feel like you've come out from underneath and you're in an open space, because you find yourself sort of standing in this valley with fog laying in the bottom, this kind of yellowing fog. And it seems like you can see like the rock far to each side of this huge cavern, and the top looks like the night sky. And as you walk towards, like, deeper into the valley to get to the other side, the fog sort of parts, and you can see this, what looks like the remains of like a hamlet. It's kind of really idyllic looking stone and wooden buildings, but they look long since, not long since, but they seem deserted. And then on the other side of the valley, you can see this much bigger building made of like corrugated iron, with like a chimney, blackened with soot, but not emitting anything now. And then around that, you can see like a hastily built shantytown of corrugated iron and dwellings. But everything looks fairly abandoned now. And you can see where, near the factory, you can see where there's been digging and building, and like vats of dried up Yqem. And you see these shapes moving around very slowly. like in a trance between these buildings and the factories and the hamlet.
And then this is on the way to Coinpit, like just this is kind of in this foggy valley. We've kind of spotted it.
Yeah, this is another landmark.
Cool.
Seems mostly abandoned apart from these figures. And as you get closer, you see that they're these they actually almost look like they're plant creatures.
Thought it was sounding too normal.
Yeah. It was too easy so
Yeah,
far.
I was like, this is just the Midlands. And then it's like, oh, but people are...
Oh no, it's Devonshire.
No, just because of that, we're in the heart.
Yeah. Fucking Red Right Hand starts playing. And as you walk through this place, and I'll let you say what you do in a second, but you see these symbols on the side of the factory. And I think Soshar, you recognize this symbol. Because did you fight in the Gnoll Wars?
I believe Soshar did.
Ah, very good. That's the correct answer.
Would it really have messed? They went, nope.
What your brother did, yes? Mother?
Nope. Soshar most definitely
Now, the
did.
Soul Wars, been all over those.
Yeah. So you recognize the symbol as the same symbol that you would have seen on the weaponry and supplies that the opposing force would have been using. I think the Gnoll Wars were fighting against the elves, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But whenever you would win a battle and you would try and scavenge for weapons and stuff, because you were always sort of outclassed in terms of technology, this was the symbol that you always saw on those weapons. And I believe the name is... Oh, now I can't bloody find it. Let's just call it Bay Industries.
Bay. Okay.
So the Y, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so, but can never be too sure. In the heart.
Yeah. Let me just... you wanted Bay, right? You wanted a Bay. You got it.
This is so great. I'm so happy to have finally avoided a Bay station.
Oh, I really
Just
don't
what I
want to
wanted.
encounter
Thanks, Al,
that.
for listening.
No, sorry, it is the Ptolemy Bay Company. Let me give it the old copy paste.
If we are to go deeper, we might do well to resupply from in there. And Soshar will use the air quotes on resupply.
Very good.
Soshar, this organization seems to be known to you, but it is not to me. Do you have anything you can share with us?
The tools produced in places such as this have killed many of my brethren. I don't suggest we go in there lightly, but what they produce will be of use to us. Personally, I'd like to come back alive.
An interesting goal to have, not something I find truly inspiring, but perhaps the discovery of an organization you hate more than your own will prove interesting for us all.
Think of it as they'll help you further your mission.
Yes, brother. Our mission.
No, definitely your mission.
That's right, ours.
Well, I feel like we are being sidetracked by shiny objects, but if it helps us become stronger and more able to descend into the heart, bit of buzzing bee around your ears.
There's honey in there. I'm sure of it. I can smell it.
Who are you and what have you done with Mikey?
What? Then I will follow you. I care not much for whether these weapons were used to harm pitiful humans, whoever you are. Gnolls, I can't remember which one you are. One of the two. One is a gnoll. You're a gnoll, the hairy one, yes. I can't tell the difference. Well, I can, I'm an elf, I'm not that bad. But yes, I will follow you for more power, more abilities, more support.
Say the quiet part out loud there, really. I will follow you for more unlocks and upgrades. Perhaps experience points.
XP points.
Bountiful treasure.
Some gold to trade in for tent larges and the such like.
I have never needed more than my brazier to light the way, but we do tread deeper into darkness. Who am I to say that it will be enough?
Guns are very effective in lighting a way.
And bees.
This is not something I've read in the scriptures.
Get the
Pass me your
page.
scripture. I'll edit a few pages for you.
Get the bees to fly through the sensor so they set on fire.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like Genghis Khan did with the pigeons.
It's not mentioned, but it's made up of 10,000 bees. They're not regenerating bees. There is an element. It's not part of the character. We feel like there would be an element of like bees are quite important. If they were to be just killed off, I don't think there's a sense that she would get more bees. But I guess that would be pretty hard. No one wants a bee tracker to have to keep a track of how many bees have been killed per session.
Sounds like you just volunteered to make a bee tracker.
I'm not making a bee tracker.
I'll make you.
I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
I'll do 10 dozen pips that you can slowly count up.
Are you telling me you can't set any of these bars to 10,000 without destroying the fundamental framework of alchemy?
Like, just give me a bee clock with 10 dozen.
Oh, you'll be ousted right out the Discord when you bring the servers down.
What do you mean you don't cater to every player? I'm going back to roll 20.
Never again.
Never again. We're never going back to that dark place.
Well, in the factory, it looks like it's been completely stripped of everything before it was abandoned, or potentially people who have come before you and picked it clean. But you do find D6 technology worth of resources. So let me roll that for you.
3 technology resources.
That means a technology resource each, I think.
Sure.
What do we do with those?
Trade them.
Trade them. Sweet.
Or use them in spells or other things, I think.
Yeah,
Cool.
true.
Wait, where do you put stuff? I don't remember.
Is that the...
Oh, sorry.
Is it like things like spare capacitors and wires as the...
So sorry, I forgot how resources work. Somebody gets D6 technology, and then you can Mikey's face. You can.
Oh no!
It's basically like, if you think about it, it's one thing, and its worth is D6, which means you can trade it for D6 at a haunt that has the technology domain.
So we don't do the roll of the 3 now.
No, that is when you spend it, you roll it to see how much stress you get back.
So right now, just one of us needs to add something of D6 technology value to their inventory.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like Soshar wanted
I'll-
to get
I'll
in
add
here
that.
and start
Yeah.
looting.
Because there is something in the items list that does tick that, of the spare capacitors and wires is a D6 technology thing. So we'll add one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Does
Well,
anybody
Brave's
have-
not much for techies. No.
Does anybody have?
Soshar loves his tech.
Well, you don't want to combine the bees with tech like nanobots?
Little laser bees.
Why would you tempt me with these things? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why you would say that. Get it, Alex's junk mage. Yeah, exactly. Strap little spinning razor blades to the bees.
We're moving past nanobots. We're into nano bees.
Nano bees.
Who has blood, mind, or echo stress?
I have blood and mind stress.
I have none.
I'm stress-free, baby.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've got one supply stress, but
sorry. After the benefit of doing,
I have blood stress.
the benefit of doing my wandering apiary thing, the apiary simulation is that at the end of it did a fresh d6 for any resistance, so I will clear my blood. Wait, no. I will clear d6 something. Bear with me. I didn't clear my Dagger. Give me a d6. Bear with me.
So, Milo,
and I'll tell you if I've got anything.
Stress?
I do. Oh, what a terrible... Yes, I still have 1 blood stress.
So you each have 1 blood stress, and that's it?
Yes. I have 4 mind and 1 fortune.
4 mind?
Yep.
Okay. I think as you're exploring this factory, you turn around and you see those shambling plant figures. You see one of them standing at the entrance to the factory, and it starts to sort of shuffle towards you.
Uh-oh.
And it like points its twiggy finger at Kael and Ambrosia, where your blood wounds are. It points at the wounds.
Ooh.
And then kind of makes like a
Oh.
Was that pretending to understand?
No, that was me processing the fact that I first just watched you do a gesture for a while and then was like, no, that was really a very simple thing to understand, Milo. You should have understood that immediately.
I don't know what's going on.
I believe our new acquaintance is offering to help us with our wounds. Many wounds the Lady of the Moon can heal, but sometimes the scriptures teach us that you need stitches.
Scriptures mean stitches.
Yeah.
You religious types are all...
They say in the city.
You religious types are always so trusting.
Yeah.
I do not trust this plant creature to heal me any more than to engulf me in its viney mass.
The preceding page says snitches get stitches too, if I remember right.
That's what penitents are there. The goddess's snitches.
I think Kyle's curious. He's
Kael.
Oh, Kael. I might need to put an apostrophe in there just to make sure I don't shorten my own name. Kael is no stranger to injury, nor afraid. I dare say even willing. However, to keep on lighting the way, one must not bleed out. So, I think he'll be curious enough to go and investigate.
Okay. This creature leads you out of the factory where a couple of its fellows are waiting, and you're sort of sat in the. They're in the.
Oh, I'm gonna be so sacrificed.
It's almost like they lead you to like almost like a probably where they used to grow vegetables. The denizens of this hamlet, of the sort of there's like tilled earth, and you can see the dead leaves of produce. And they get you to sit in the middle of them. And they start to do some movements. And then
Can we
one
see
of
the
them...
movement, please?
You can't see because those are the ones behind you. And
nice.
your matey, the one who brought you out, produces some sort of, it looks like fruit, like a yellow fruit, and gives it to you, and does this with its mouth and.
I'm unclear if it's supposed to be eating or applying.
I mean, it's.
And they got
Eat it and then spit on it.
Yeah.
Make paste, then apply.
It's fruit, so the bees are excited.
Apply
It's,
circular motions, and then rinse with warm water twice daily.
The Codex of Recovery teaches that when offered strange fruits by mysterious beings in the heart, he follows as instructed, wondering if this is the mysterious workings of the goddess or the heart.
Soshar is absolutely waiting for you to collapse from being poisoned, right?
So you eat this this fruit, and all of a sudden,
Here we go.
all of a sudden,
Soshar knew this was coming. He draws the gun, starts loading up, like, time to put him down.
you've got Ambrosia there for collateral already. It's all fine.
What?
No, all of a sudden you feel like imagery is like shunted violently into your mind, as if suddenly you've had memories implanted in yourself, and suddenly you remember and have memories of this valley being green, and the fog is a nice, pleasant, cool mist on your face. And the hamlet is idyllic almost, and then you have another memory of this group of armed people arriving, and with machines and weapons, and they start to gather up the people of the hamlet. And the next memory is this factory being hastily put together, and you see the plant creatures being put into the vats that you saw on the way there.
Oh no.
And you see humans and drow and elves watching as they disappear and sort of take notes, and you see them putting it into vials and putting it into things to put into weapons. And then the last memory you see is, as they arrived, them leaving again.
the humans, elves, and drow.
With the valley and destroyed.
So it's like this place used to be thriving with these creatures, and then these capitalist pigs moved in and basically just fed all these creatures into this thing, and then left as soon as they pretty much dried up all the resources.
Yeah, they arrived. They did like experiments. They used them to develop or test weapons and stuff. You can see that they've dug up the earth to do other things, and then once all the resources have been used up, they pack everything up and leave again.
Well, that's dark. Are we playing Soulbound again?
Yeah. Don't side with those people, though, against the tree folk.
But it was science, right? An industry. Which are good. with a capital G.
The plant person wasn't nice to me one time. And as you come to, you see the plant creature that gave you the fruit. You can see in their little, I think they're like the Ents, with they got like eyes like this. It's all part of the wood. And you can see when you've come to, their eyes are like burning with hate.
For us?
From the memory that
Phew.
and you see them grasping some like clothes, and they're grasping them like this, and you can see that they've got the symbol of the Ptolemy Bay Company on the end, and they're like gesturing at you like vigorously.
I side with them.
Yeah, so I think so Kael would relay this terrible injustice to his companions, and I think it's interesting for him because
we didn't all see that, but it was just Kael who saw the.
Whimsical hypnosis healing fruit. You could have done, but you didn't.
No, I don't think she would have. The bees nibbled.
So, but I think this is interesting for Kael because, like, this isn't something that he would care about. Like, his order is not interested in, like, necessarily the well-being of groups and other groups. Like, what they're interested in is, clearing the darkness, lighting the way, and doing their own sort of, slightly obfuscated, goals of enlightenment, whether that might be good or bad for those being enlightened. But to relive the memories in such a visceral way, I think for him might challenge his way of thinking, right? Like if he sort of felt this.
Yeah. Then you feel the anger of them.
Yeah, like these are, I think this sort of empathy is a sort of thing that would be sort of repressed within an organization with such different goals. So like, I think he would feel an unusual. What's this feeling? Empathy, like an unexplained desire to get involved in this conflict, perhaps. Which he might not describe to anyone else, but perhaps when he explains this to Soshar, there might be something that he's invested in doing.
The destruction of this land and the tools created here, they inflicted the same pain upon my people too. The reason we were forced down here was through these tools. So I sympathize with them and their pain.
Perhaps the concepts of light and dark as we are taught are not so simple after all, for this is a place that has become truly dark since the visitation of this company.
They have spread a lot of darkness. They have forced many of us into darkness. Don't give me your light bollocks now, though. That is not an invitation for you to say you'll bring me some light. Just accept the pain.
Brother, my spirit shares in your darkness, this grievous hour.
Ambrosia's conflicted because she can tell that this is upsetting them, but she doesn't care very much. So she
doesn't sound very conflicted.
that is, I don't think you know what conflict means.
Ambrosia's conflicted. Doesn't give a shit.
No, yeah, but let me finish speaking. Conflicted in, she doesn't, but she doesn't let them know that because, she doesn't want to, ruin the support of her allies.
So the conflict is just on, she's conflicted whether she wants to belittle their pain or not.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. She's verging on kind of sniggering in the background, but she's generally holding it in to kind of give a sympathetic nod and kind of. All that said, she does sympathise with the destruction. She still is a creature of the earth, and there is nature does flow through her. So she certainly is actually kind of surprised to be slightly moved by the plight of these creatures, especially having come into it being a bit wary of them, and then seeing that there's been a great atrocity. So she does respond to that as being something to sympathise with. So can potentially be brought around to supporting their cause.
I imagine the hive and the bees also feel the keen loss of the.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not to be too simplistic about it, but yes, it is all natural growth, natural land that could be could be inhabited and lived in and developed and grown. So there is. Yeah. She's no fan of technology or anything like that. It means nothing to her. So it just seems very wasteful and pretty destructive. So that certainly affects her.
Fair. Well, and Kael, please heal D10 blood, mind, or echo stress from the healing fruit.
I sure would love to. If I could. No, I'm just not going to say it. Don't say anything about the roll. Yes! I really was expecting to roll a 1. Maybe I've carried over some of Bard's luck, I wondered, but my 2 was reduced to, I believe that should be -7.
Mm-hmm. +5 protection from the fruit.
Yeah. Excellent.
Just checking you're joking, right? You can't go into negative.
No.
Just checking.
When you come back and we all come back to play again, Mikey's going to have just remembered that bit, and it's going to be like, well, last time Kael got -7 blood. We
got buffed blood. Yeah, you were +12. I remember. It happened.
I remember. Yeah, we were talking about low and high trust RPGs. I saw there's like a group of types of RPG games which are all about being very, very minimal rules. And I saw one where it was the caption for the picture was, "This isn't the title page, this is the entire game," because it was just the title of the game and then it was like 3 lines of rules. And that was it. It's like if the GM rolls higher, they say what happens. If you roll higher, they say what happens. If you're similar, then you compromise. And that is literally all the rules. And I thought Mikey would just die.
Too much freedom.
Yeah.
Too much power.
Yeah.
I've got no fine print to work off of.
Exactly. But interesting in a way, because you can literally just play anything.
Yeah.
Because it says the cool thing is it turns anything you like, any setting, any film, any book, you can just play a game in that. Which I thought was interesting. Anyway. You're not doing that, you're in the heart. Doge.
It's the benefit of the lounge. You might get a doge appearing. Stupid.
Hodge gets a doge sometimes.
There we are.
You sometimes.
He gets
Solero.
His Soshar son.
Mm-hmm.
So
Brie.
So with that, you leave this place. It is known as Mandrake Gardens. Tragically.
Love that.
But you do. It's a bit like Lily Gardens,
Yeah.
Gardens no more.
Well, they're supposed to be making them gardens again, aren't they? Eventually.
One day.
So you managed to get to the other side of this this valley and travel once more through the tunnels of the heart, and you eventually come to Coinpit itself. And I'd like one of you to be somewhat familiar with Coinpit. Have spent not loads of time, but decent enough amount of time that you know it.
I mean, I feel like Soshar probably does.
This would be a great
Yeah,
place
go for
for a junk mage to.
Ah, never mind. I'll back off.
Well, I was going to say like that would have been as usual, you know. when there's a bit for Alex, it's like.
I feel like Soshar's probably been down this way before
Okay.
when he's been on other delves as such.
Nice. Well. So the weird thing about this place.
Yeah.
is that a while ago there was a junk mage who discovered a mysterious folder of papers from deep in the heart. Whatever formula that was encoded there doomed him, as his shop vanished overnight into a screaming, apparently bottomless abyss ringed with hellfire. His neighbours shrugged and put up a wooden fence around the howling void and went back to fleecing idiots who came seeking arcane power. In the years since then, the abyss has warped Coinpit, the whole streets tilting into the hole. It happened slowly enough that people could adapt, but now Coinpit's near vertical pit, lined with ladders and rope walkways, strung above the howling abyss.
Oh. Any of you guys play Outer Wilds?
No, I know it's good though.
No.
I remember you telling me when we used to work together to play it.
We get play it. There's a. Actually, what is it called? It's called. There is a planet that is built around a black hole, and it's kind of similar. Like it's kind of the whole structure is happening built around the concept there is a black hole. So everything is kind of like pinned to the walls and strapped down. It's deeply fascinating. So it sounds very similar. Very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yes, well,
So it sounds nice.
Holiday destination number 2.
Do you know, kids, that's why you don't read that dirty magazine. Because this is what could happen,
exactly.
you know?
Is that what you're a penitent for?
Well, you know, we know that Kael is a penitent because he failed in his light keeping and watchman's duty. But we don't
Because he
know
was reading
why.
Zoo magazine.
Indeed. Maybe. I mean, what else is the Spire Black Brazier for, if not to really light up those pages?
Destroy the evidence.
What a useful tool.
Yeah. So, Soshar, you say that you're familiar with Coinpit, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'll say that there is a person, someone that you know from here. You have any ideas? You might
Someone
drop
who's
in to
actually
see?
from here.
Or maybe someone
I feel like-
who maybe also hangs out here, maybe another hound or something.
I was going to say one of the other hounds probably is a good idea. One of the ones that I've done work with previously is probably logical that they hang around here, especially if like looking for bits of information.
Nice. Another Gnoll.
Can be. Don't see why not. Yeah, let's go with the Gnoll. We haven't really fleshed them out too deeply on it, so yeah, let's go with the Gnoll.
Nice. And their name?
Great question.
Oh, come on, fellow GM.
Cash in.
Cash in.
Very nice.
Is that with a K?
Yeah, no C, because it's more fun on the pun. We're in the coin pit and it's cash in.
Is the S like a dollar sign? Well,
Cash in and Goshan and Soshar.
Yes.
Nice.
Ambrosia. How do you say that?
You have to say it with a Cockney accent.
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia? What, Ambrosia?
That's how my niece talks, because she lives in Finchley. It's really funny.
Laugh at the East Londoners.
All right, yeah. You see Cashin Ed.
Yeah.
Cash in or cash out.
You see him trading. Maybe you see him at one of the Coinpit haunts. His scenes are a little bit zoomed in, but he's just chilling with the merchants.
Cool.
Yeah.
We have similar hats.
There are some shops you just know you shouldn't shop at.
And this ain't one of them.
There's some you really want to.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll approach Cashin.
Maybe
I don't think he would have seen me since I've become a hound myself.
Okay.
I think that'd be a bit of a new turn for things. I think it's obviously probably been a while since we had last seen, given that these are one of the hounds that used to frequent where my family were before obviously the church came along and spoiled that fun. So yeah, I think the fact that I'm going to be rocking up with my hound badge will be a bit of a surprise, but I will approach. Friend, it has been a while.
How does he sound? Same as you?
I'm going to leave that up to the GM's discretion in this one.
He says, is he you sort of were acquaintances before when he was a hound, or is he someone?
Yeah, so when he was a hound and come through, obviously this is someone who, the purpose of the hounds is to provide help most of the time. This is someone who actually kind of believes in the mission of the hounds.
Yes.
So it is trying to be someone of use, and so even previously, I think Soshar had been on delves with them before to help out previously, but just doing them as a kind of favor to them, because they had provided help and resources to his clan and pack and things. So he'd gone out with them previously, so I think he'd know Cashin reasonably well.
Cool. So he's more like a proper dyed-in-the-wool hound.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, Is that Soshar? What on earth are you doing? What on earth are you doing wearing the garb of a hound? Trying to copy me?
I wish I could say I was not, but it seems I've had this path chosen for me.
Well, I suppose you can't do any worse than what you were doing before. And then he does a snickering little hyena laugh.
What brings you down here today?
Oh, this and that. Just lending my not inconsiderable presence to Coinpit. I heard there was going to be some sort of trouble approaching, but everything has been fine for a few days. I think just rumors.
What kind of rumors?
Well, I don't want to give them any credence by speaking them out loud and spooking anyone around here. They're all on tenterhooks as it is. But nothing good.
Any rumors of trains coming through? Soshar does not share in the superstitions.
Looks at you quizzically. Trains? No, that was not what I heard. This was more. He says, well, between you and me. Well, actually, no. Give me a compel roll. If you want to know so bad.
I'm assuming
Whoa.
can still count this as Haven.
Actually, Coinpit is occult and technology, I'm afraid.
Ooh, nice.
Oh. Well, Soshar's not the most compelling of people then. He's doing alright.
Nice.
Not bad.
Take D4. Fortune stress. Oh, it's a four.
Ooh.
So I'll roll for the
Okay,
fallout quickly.
Yeah.
You're all good.
Weirdly, I didn't want to be all good, but well, that's fine. I want me some fortune fallout.
Well,
Then I can have my mastery.
Yeah, nice.
But that's fine.
So you succeed. So he says, well, between you and me, and he sort of glances around and maybe pulls you away from the merchant friend here. And he says, it's to do with the company.
I'm going to share like a knowing glance with him, and we're referring to the same company that obviously we've just been to the factory of. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
just checking there's not many companies down here. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's I think being both Gnolls, maybe you that's all you need to say.
So knowing, like,
Infamous. Yeah.
I thought they departed these tough parts.
Ptolemy Bay is forever searching for the secrets of the heart to improve his weapons of death.
We just came from Mandrake Grove. That was what it was called, right?
Mandrake Gardens.
Gardens.
Gardens, damn it. I got the G. That place is entirely deserted. Being so close, why would they come back to here? Oh, we lost Mikey.
Gone
I'm
B,
in.
gone B mode again.
Oh. No, it's supposed to get me out. Man. It's weird. Hello. No. Oh, wait. Yes. No. Yeah.
Hello again.
You're back.
Hello. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, so he says, Mandrake Gardens, yes, that didn't happen too long ago. He tends to not prey on the same areas too often. So, the Hounds and Vermissian Knights can't know where to protect next. As I said, nothing's really happened in the last few days. It might just be fear-mongering. But I thought I'd better hang around just in case.
Do you need any help?
Well, I won't keep you here if you have other urgent business, but I could always use an extra rifle if they do appear.
Of course, if anything happens while we are here, we will assist. I have 2 others with me at the moment. Technically 3, but the other one's being very quiet right now.
Goshan's just done a Scrooge McDuck dive into the coin pit.
We are looking for, well, I guess the train I've already referred to. And what was it? It's the heart. Ambrosia's
Currents?
interested in the heart currents. That was
Currents.
Oh, yeah, the currents. He sort of frowns. And heart currents. Well, that sounds like business for the academics to deal with. The ones who stumble down here and inevitably get themselves killed, or turned into a wall or something.
Or worse.
Not a wall.
Any of those academics here at the moment?
Interesting.
It does feel like the kind of place, you know.
Yeah.
If academics are coming looking for, you know, shit
Yes,
themselves,
exactly.
if this is a rumor, part of rumor.
He looks around and he says, well, this is the place to come looking for those types. They seem endlessly fascinated by the ever-expanding pit and all the occult items that it springs forth. I don't know any, but throw a rock and you might hit one.
I will pick up a rock and just throw it. Ambrosia, fetch.
Not a dog. You're the dog character. You fetch. Wolf boy.
In this universe, the dog throws the rock. The rock throws you.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I think as you go through these sort of markets around the edge of this pit and maybe go down some rope ladders and you find some more occult weird shops and you find some Aelvir sort of explorer types, people who are clearly, you know, got a satchel full of notebooks and readouts and things and gizmos, and they're trying to do sensing the energy coming off the pit and everything.
I think Soshar, I mean, well, like, once we move on from Kashin, while we're looking round, I think Soshar will be trying to keep an eye out for anything that looks signs of the company. For any of their people lurking around. Probably will let the others take lead on our main searches here. Focus on that side.
Fair. So you don't want to talk to the these sort of scientist types, or are you letting the others do that?
I mean, I'm gonna let them lead on it. I'll be there with them, but I'm definitely going to be more gonna let them focus on getting that information while Soshar is trying to now feel like an actual hound and do houndly things and protect the place.
Houndly things.
You mentioned the academics. Were they actually insinuating they're nearby, or just that was more of a nebulous, like they're somewhere around? Was the implication they're here in
I think
Queenland, or?
Yeah, I think you could spot some near like a group of them near the pit, trying to do experiments and stuff.
Nice.
It's basically a massive income earner for the landmark. Like, people come to
experiment and
investigate it and stuff, and yeah, drop things in it. And...
Yeah, well, yes, well, Ambrosia will head towards them. She's quite good at this because, you know, she's got a lot of bees to keep her grounded to the. Not grounding, I mean, they can kind of flap against the, you know, the pull of the pit, so she's pretty happy getting quite close to the edge of it. She feels still, but is interested in talking to them and finding out what they've learned. A little bit.
Yeah, well, I think you engage in a Aelvir to Aelvir, bit of a. Oh, hear my voice.
Sorry, I just needed to remember of one thing that I probably should have said before. When I suffered my fortune stress, which ally would technically have been closest to me? Who wants to volunteer themselves on that one?
Goshan?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's fine. Goshan's not here to argue it. Unfortunately, Goshan would also suffer some 4 fortune stress.
to be fair, Goshan would have been the one.
All right, you have to remind him.
That's fine. It means I clear out my fallout that I was remembering that I have, but unfortunately, I was still technically under the effect of collateral.
Nice. All right. Ambrosia, you start talking to these academics, and they start telling you about the Coinpit and excitedly all this stuff, and they think that it's some sort of portal to deeper into the heart, and they're thinking of sending trying to get a volunteer to go down into it, but they haven't managed to get anyone who would do it yet. Because anyone who's fell down has never come back out.
What was the story of the guy? You said the guy who went in there originally was a junk mage who fell in. What caused him to? He created the void by tinkering around with something, or
yeah, he created the hole by. No one knows what happened, but he just had something that was some documents that he recovered from deep in the heart. Yeah. And I think maybe you steer the conversation onto the Eastern Express. And they kind of give you some leads on let me just find it. They tell you the way, as far as they know, the way to get to where it was rumoured to be is to get to the Shunt Yard, which is a sort of a graveyard of trains from the Vermissian project.
Nice.
And but they say it's a very dangerous road, unstable connection from here. So hashtag delve.
I was going to say just another Southwestern Railway, then, isn't it? Unstable connections. God. Yeah, no, that's good. But she kind of looks not lonely, but kind of like intrigued by the pit and the concept of using it as a way to, I don't know, almost fast travel deeper into the heart itself. But there's temptation, but perhaps without more empirical evidence, actually wouldn't get torn to shreds by diving in there. Perhaps resist the urge to jump in head first.
Do it.
Send a single bee. Tick off on the bee tracker. Tick one off.
Hero B, send in Beatrice.
Like a
She can
like
she
an
can go
interstellar
first.
probe. Going down
Attach a
to
little,
Venus.
just like attach a little, I don't know, walkie-talkie to her, or put an air tag on her, and see if we can track her where she ends up.
That's true. Yeah, you're watching this conversation happen, and suddenly you start to hear the crackle of gunshots
Oof.
from somewhere in Coinpit, and then you hear it from another area, and you start to hear people screaming. You start to hear the sound of loud engines, and a voice crackles over a loud speaker, and they're saying, "This landmark is now in the possession of the Ptolemy Bay Company. Surrender yourself, and you will share in the profits. Resist, and you will die." And riding atop this vehicle, you see this figure standing with this loudspeaker, and it's another Gnoll.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps one that you recognize, Soshar. This is Aelvir Thunder Chaser, one of the lieutenants of Ptolemy Bay.
Traitorous prick.
And
Lock and load, boys.
and that is where we shall end.
Ooh-wee.
Was there a threat they wanted to take over the pit, or just kind of like get everyone out, or?
I felt
was
that
there-
fairly clear.
Yeah, but
Like, they were like,
words-
"We're here, surrender or die, bitches." Was basically exactly what happened.
because
Okay.
but it's just they're trying to get people or the pit. You know what I mean? Are they just robbing people, or are they here to actually take over the?
Sounds like they're here to
Area.
take over, then destroy
Right.
the area like they do everywhere.
Just
they appear.
checking.
Yeah, that's
I like
the
this. This could be our Avengers coming together moment. We'll finally unify over some shared enemy.
one. Yeah, one of them will tickle 3 boxes.
Have we not been that unified so far?
I wouldn't say so. You guys have your own little side quest, and I'm just kind of like watching them dick around.
Point me at a delve.
Bee lady.
So let's do some beats before we go.
Nada. Oh, although sorry. Before we go, I push someone off the top of this pit, and they fall in, and it's a high point, and I get a beat. I get done.
No beats for I today.
No beats.
I'd really hope with where this is about to go that I have achieved a beat.
Yes.
Discover one of the opposition factions.
Oh,
Yes.
that sounds good.
I think I technically discovered 2 today. Unless you're going to say the cult's also not an opposition faction. But I've discovered the concept of the cult. Doesn't say I have to meet anyone, but I am going to use my main beat as Ptolemy Bay being a bit of a presence here.
Yeah.
And I already know what ability I'm taking, so that's sorted.
Nice.
I'm going to make my eyes more useful to the party. Once per situation, your gaze functions as mend, mind, /blood, d6 ranged, as you give your allies a disapproving glance that spurs them into action.
It's terrific.
Which feels pretty powerful to do that once per situation, and I just heal all allies for either d6 mind or d6 blood.
Love it.
So everywhere new we appear, fucking get your shit together, guys.
That sounds punchy.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, Ambrosia, your minor is drop something or someone from a height.
Yes.
Even if you do want to just flick a bee down into the pit, you can just get it.
No.
I gotta start taking me some more absolute piss easy beats.
Didn't wait. Where did we get to on combat and beats? Because I mean, theoretically, it'd be very fun to try and toss one of these tossers down into the pit for fun. But did we decide that combat doesn't count for beats, or where are we gonna end up with that?
I think for things like drop something or someone from a height, I think that seems like a very combative thing anyway.
Yeah.
So it's hard to read it like it not being
I think
a combat thing. But I think if it's something like, what was the one we had before? Like, I can't remember, but it I think just come at it from the other side of it. Like, is this creating an interesting narrative beat, story beat moment? Is it forcing me to do something I wouldn't normally do?
Yeah.
To have this story moment.
Because I think if I had an ability that did let me like see through the world through my bees, which there are a couple, then yes, I would have that would make sense to chuck a bee in there to see if the fuck they could see before they get swallowed up. So, but no, it would make no sense to do that. But yes, I will be aiming to do something cool with defeating enemies with the bit in 3 weeks' time. I'll forget. Someone just remind me, please.
Yeah, I have to keep them at the top of my notes every week.
Yeah, I've got mine up there. Yeah, I got mine.
I'll delete Soshar's one there.
That means I need to pick a new one.
Yeah, he's got one of the skills as many.
I should have made that priestess Milo hate you for what you've done.
Yeah, that would have been a good opportunity, but alas, it's a lot of things to stay on top of. Everyone's beats on top of doing the whole story and stuff in it. So I'm sure there'll be someone who
next time just say, can this person hate me for what I've done? And I'll go, yes.
Yeah, it could have been. Yes, to be honest, it's a good reminder that it's not just to sit and wait for that sort of one that feels they feel like you should just run into them, but like that doesn't necessarily mean that all the responsibility is on you.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good point. Hey Ollie, did the priestess hate me?
It doesn't sound like it because she's nice, but she's deep down probably.
Right, there you go. Yeah, we'll save that one, I guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Very interesting.
I mean, to be fair, the other guy probably did hate me.
That's true.
It did rock up and challenge everything that it was about. He didn't like it very much. But he didn't hate me for what I've done. Unless he hated me specifically for doing that. Which I don't think was where we were headed with it.
I'm assuming what you've done is the penitent thing that you've done.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely. Or something else. But like, yeah, history.
Something else.
It's alright, there'll be a church everywhere, where you said.
Yeah.
Rock up to the next one and someone's going to be like, you're that dick.
Or maybe Cashin was part of that failed expedition and blames you for all those people dying.
You're going to shoot me.
Is every class's Zenith ability like basically just the last thing you would ever do?
Yes.
Cool. Just checking. I hadn't read a single one until just then. I just thought, oh yes, you mentioned they were good.
It's usually like you get what you want or you don't get what you want, and
Right.
and it's important for you to tell me which ones you like the sound of, the ones you like,
Cool.
and the ones that you think fit your character best.
Crazy.
I mean, I'm very torn because I see one called Ascension, which obviously is very desirable, seeing as you basically turn into an actual god. But then, there's another one where it says, to activate this ability, die a martyr's death. Which is probably where we're heading, and I don't actually know what the rest of the ability does, but that's how you activate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my favourite.
So yeah, pretty good.
Nice. If you do have
Anyway.
favorites, then
When anyone would
send
actually
them
take.
me, or we can discuss them another time when we're probably closer to Zenithing.
I'm going to die a martyr's death as soon as we come back.
Minute one.
Yeah. Just slaying all of the Ptolemy Bay.
Exactly. Really very moved by the memory fruit.
Oh yeah, good point. If only that was your beat.
Eat fruit.
Yeah, that was. But the thing is, that was like a really nice story thing that happened.
Yeah.
But
There are some beats that
I
are
think-
like take up a cause or something like that, aren't there?
I feel like if I've one flaw to briefly mention of the system, which I really like with the beats, it's like the stuff that you're doing doesn't necessarily align with the beats that you have, and it's a little frustrating if they just go so whoosh and sort of pass by each other. You look at the beat sheet and be like, well, I sort of had an opportunity to do that thing sort of already, or something like that. It's a slight it's how it is, but
I think if you play the normal game, it's all like generated,
yeah.
improvised by me, so it would all just be like I just literally just put all that stuff in the session, whereas this is very much trying to get through an adventure and do it at the same time. So it's a little bit more tricky,
Yeah, for sure.
which is why they kind of give you the extra beat sheet as well, but again those seem pretty vague as well.
Aye. Well, we'll have many beats to come.
Oh yes, sure. Mages and zeniths and all sorts.
Oh yes, sir. Nice zenith for you, sir. Martyr's death.
Turn to crystal, sir. That's one for you. All right,
Yeah, that was fun. Lovely. Well, an exciting place to be. Emotionally invested in the conflict. Yeah, it's a shame for Evans Domestic because he'll be almost a month out, and at the end of the last session, we didn't really have like a
enough time for him to re-listen. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Have just a wonderful time, mate.
Yeah,
Great time, man.
Peace
Can't
out,
wait to hear all
guys.
about it.
Noise.
Happy weebing.
I am here
Weeb
next
out,
Tuesday
dude.
technically, but I have an early flight the next morning, so that's why.
Slacker.
It's like a... Yeah, just keep going, mate. All right.
Yeah, on the plane. Bye, guys. Chat very soon.